Hello, living in Boulder vlog. It's been like a week since I did a video. So the last time I did a video, I was just about to put images on my history books, and I did Strabo that has like 249 photos, but it's 1,800 pages, so it only covers the top. But Strabo, chapter 8, the Peloponnese, has a lot of photos, so that's a good sample of what's coming down the pipeline. It's going to be really interesting to. I'm really stoned right now. Yeah, so I did that. It's going to be interesting to see how fast I can do it all, because I did that one and then I realized, because I was also listening to them on my cell phone, and then I realized that these books, they have way too many numbers on them. I copied them off of different places, like archive.org, Wikisource, Project Gutenberg, and they have links for, I guess, people doing footnotes, and so they show up as these numbers in all these books, and they have a lot of them, and it's really annoying to have to hear the numbers all the time because it takes me out of it. So I decided that I needed to remove all the numbers from my ancient history books on my website. So I did some batch editing, like everything inside of brackets, but I can't batch edit because numbers are dates, in the history books they call out dates. Also the numbers for the chapters. So I have to manually go in there and chop them out, and so it's time consuming. I have two computers. The last time I did a video, that was only a week ago. Seems like it was more than a week ago, but YouTube says it was a week ago. But yeah, the last time I did a video, I thought that day I was getting my second computer. I got another Mac. I thought it was coming that day, but then I looked on Amazon orders, and it said from the 9th, I think it was the 9th, that I did that video. And today is the 22nd. It must have been more than that, but maybe it was the 14th. But then I said until the 24th, so I was like, oh, it won't come today, it'll come like on the 24th. But then, like a few days later, it did come. And that was a few days ago. So, I'm doing plenty. I did Livy with that computer, because it is better than this computer. It's still, you have to wait, but it's better than this computer. This computer couldn't open Livy. It opened Livy, and then I got to go in there and edit. The main thing that I'm editing, I'm editing out the numbers, but I'm also adding the numbers of the books, of the chapters. I have the chapters and then the little chapters, and before I only had the number of the little chapter, because I thought to my stone self, oh, the color will tell me what number. But as I was looking at these books, I got frustrated. I wanted to know, if it was a pink, if it was 1, 11, or 21. That's all I could think about. So I have to add the numbers. That's the most time-consuming mistake that I've ever made. But it's not a mistake I'm fretting over, because that was an example of me not knowing that I would have to have the first number of the chapter of the books. I had to actually look at it and see it. So I'm adding those, but I'm also chopping away the numbers, so I'm doing both of those. And then and this is 264 books I have to do this on. And there's a lot of them with, like, I don't know what the average, maybe it says somewhere in my website how many pages. If I remember off the top of my head, maybe 100 and 70,000 pages or something. Was that it? So like 170,000 divided by 262. Is that what it was? So that's an average of 650 pages a book. So that's a lot of time. So after I get through that, I'm going to go in and attach. Lost my train of thought. Fix the links. Check the links. Fix the links. And then I can go in and attach the images, which is going to be very interesting. I want to do it on, maybe the first one I do it on, I want to do it on the easy ones first. Herodotus Histories. I'll have to rebuild what I built a couple of years ago. They got lost. I Google Earthed Herodotus Histories, pretty much everything, but then I lost it. So I could do it again faster. But and then there's Thucydides, History of the Peloponnesian War, that I want to do. But I have to edit the page a little bit. I have to add in tables so that I can pinpoint the images on the side. I didn't do that, but yeah, so that's a lot. Maybe like another week or so to get rid of the numbers and add the numbers, and then another after that. You know, if I'm not burned out on this particular project, I'd go and attach numbers. You know, it'd take months and months, like a year, to fill the books up. So I'm not planning on doing that, but just the interesting stuff, the easy stuff. Maybe a month or something. I'll just go on that. I don't know, attaching the images, but yeah. And so the last time I did a video, I reorganized my room, and I did it suddenly too, just on a whim. Last time I did a video, I should film it. I'll film it later when it's my room's a total mess now. But I had a couch. I was working on a chair, and then I had my legs sometimes up on the little chair. And then I had a gel seat pad I was on, and it was flattening my ass and my back was starting to hurt, and then my knee too, and just. But then I suddenly had an epiphany because I had this TV for not very long. I was watching it some more and realized I can just put my bed on the floor in front of the drawers, so it's not all the way up against the wall. It's pushed in maybe 2.5 feet from the wall, and then I'm looking up, and I think this is on the short side of the room too, so I don't have to cock my head, only like 2 pillows, and then I'm looking right at my 70-inch TV on the wall, on the top of my wall. So I made that my computer to monitor, got a little magic keyboard, you know, like the little Macintosh keyboard that's just a tiny little thing you can just put on your chest and it doesn't get hot, and work on my website. And it's amazing because it feels so much more comfortable. You can just lay there. And then when I get groggy, I just stop working. Then when I wake up, I work, you know. If I have insomnia, I just work. It's perfect. And then I work on the other computer. I did Livy, and then I did the new computer. I'm doing Plenty now. And so I paste it, and I wait, you know, and it takes 5 minutes, but it's just right there. When I look over and it's done, then I get working on that one, and this one freeze, you know. So I take turns working on them, so I don't have to be watching both of them. One of them spinning around. They were both spinning around yesterday. They both crashed twice, but they're going now. I just have to reserve the big books for the newer computer. Somebody commented on my video that I did last week that I'm like fucking my body up, and I can't. It's not healthy to just sit around and not exercise. But I'm laying in my bed right now. It's just not putting any stress, you know. The same damage that I was before. And then my head, when I'm working, I still sleep in my pyramid. I'll do a video later, but the pyramid doesn't block the TV because I'm enough forward, and my head is directly under it. at the same height as the king's chamber all day long. And then when I sleep, I go back, and then my heart is in it. So I'm maintaining my youth. And then somebody did a troll video. They got snippets of me saying nasty, bad things out of context to make it seem like I'm saying something that I'm not. So I flagged that video, and and I disliked it too. But then I looked at it again, and the dislike went away, and the video. So I don't think YouTube's gonna delete that video. It's like the payment that I have to make for making all of my videos. So whatever. I'll have to do like a response if that's still up there. But like by the time I get around to it, I should do the responses to all my troll videos that are still up there on my website, like a response page. But so I'm gonna get back to work now. I'm working plenty on the new computer, and then this computer I'm doing. I'm extracting numbers. There's this Basil the Great had a book that was like 3,200 pages or something, and it had the page number written, and on all the way up to like 3,200. And so I've been having to manually cut those out. I got to like 1,500 last night, and then my computer froze and couldn't handle that book anymore. It's crashed over and over again, so I have to pass it on to my newer computer to finish it, and then to manually take out all those numbers. So now I'm doing another book that I'm doing the same thing to like 1,500 of them. Yeah, you can't batch edit those out. Oh, my book's it's not showing. That's weird. Did my Dreamweaver crash? No. Okay, so I am going to Clement of Alexandria Instructor. That's the book. So I'm going to. Ooh, I've talked for a long time. I'm gonna get back to work, and I'll check in a week, and hopefully in a week when I check in, I will have finished extracting numbers and adding the numbers on all the books, and I'm currently working on fixing the links on them. Okay.